I wanted to know, what are these things that we need to be teaching? I look at people and they're stuck on the other side of the cash flow quadrant, and that's what's really killing them. And how do we teach people, can you explain how to get on the other side of the cash flow quadrant and put yourself in a better financial position? Because even if they're able to smooth things over, it's clear that there's going to be a lot of volatility in our economy over the next 20 to 30 years. How do we prepare ourselves better financially, et cetera?
It's a great question, Jake, because I think now people have finally, at least some people have woken up to the fact that, oh my God, I'm not prepared. Of course, none of us expected anything like this. My concern is that so many people are waiting for that government check. I got to get that government check and that's going to save me. Well, if your mind is the government's going to take care of me, that's not going to make you a stronger, better person. It's going to actually weaken you, because anytime you start taking money from the government, you give up something in return. So you've got to get out of that mindset of depending upon somebody else to take care of you and depend upon yourself. I say to women all the time, stop the idea that a man is going to take care of you, a husband's going to take care of you, your family's going to take care of you. Take care of yourself. And I think right now, if you look at what's going on, there actually is an opportunity. And I mean that flippantly. There's opportunity out there right now. And I think for a lot of people, they've woken up to the fact that my job is not a safe and secure future. Job security is now out the window. It does not exist. But you can be your own entrepreneur. You can start your own business, and you don't have to start a big business. It can just be, I saw a young woman just the other day, because in Arizona, we can still play golf. We can still go out on the golf course. And I was playing golf with my girlfriend. And here's this young woman on the side of one of the tee boxes, and she's selling golf balls. She's doing something. She's doing something different. And I think I don't know the simple solution on how to get out of that mindset of an employee and working for the paycheck, except this crisis might shake a few people up to go, oh my God, there is no job security. So in terms of, I would look at what could I do? What could I start today? What could I, in my garage, Robert and I, we started our businesses at the dining room table. It's not rocket science, but there is opportunity. Look at the delivery opportunities right now. I mean, you could start your own, some type of delivery company right now and be out there doing all sorts of things and making money for yourself. You've got to think about, how can I make money for myself? Not waiting for the government $1,200 paycheck that's going to, and what are you going to do with that when you get it? You're just going to probably blow it, right? What could you do with that money that you're getting, and be a little more smart with what you're buying and what you're spending it on, versus just blowing it on, comfort things. So I'm all for, I think the road to the future is entrepreneurship, and people have got to charge lives and stop putting it into somebody else's, especially the government.
Amen. I was just talking to Jack Canfield, the Chicken Soup for the Soul creator, and he was saying something similar to you. And he said that just before he and I had gotten on our call, he said he had just heard a story about one of his clients, or a friend of a client, that had a gym. And so obviously he got screwed, and it was like a personal training gym. People came. So he thought of a brilliant idea. Instead, what he started doing is all of his clients, they started renting the equipment from him. So he would come and he would put a mask and gloves on, stay 6 feet away, set the equipment up, and they could pay additionally if they wanted him to stay 6 to 8 feet away and coach them. If not, he'll come back in 90 minutes to 2 hours. And he was basically doing gym equipment delivery and at distance consulting. And I was like, man, that's a perfect example of what you're discussing there. There is opportunity still.
Yeah. I know of a store. It's a small little market, but they only specialize in like fish and lamb is their thing. So they were being told they were going to have to shut down. So what they did is they brought in eggs, and they brought in bread, and they brought in milk, and they brought in pasta, and they started. So now they're a grocery store. So they were able to stay open. And that's
That's
exactly
awesome.
what you're saying. That's the kind of thinking, Jake, that people need to do. They need to start thinking outside the box and not say, I can't do it. Ask, of course, the classic rich dad, poor dad line is, don't say, I can't do it. Ask, how can you do it? Because when you ask, how can you do it, then your mind opens up the possibilities.
Amen. So, okay, so
I'll tell you one
please.
other quick story in our company. So what I'm really happy about is at the Rich Dad Company, we have a board game called Cash Flow that teaches you about money, teaches you about investing. Well, our sales have been through the roof because people are home, and I'm so happy that they're actually taking the time to learn about money, learn about investing, getting some financial education. But what we didn't anticipate is we sold out like 2.5 months early. We sold so many games, and we're like, so we're back in production right now. But then we're talking, and we're like, we must have games at the office. I mean, our own storage unit must have games. And we went in there, and we're like, yeah, there's 60 games here. And so we built this funnel, and next thing you know, we go out and we say, okay, we got 60 games, and within 24 hours, they're gone. So the good news is some people are using this time to get financially educated and learn something new. And I think that is one of the biggest opportunities people have today is have all this time and you're at home. What are you doing in that time? Are you growing? Are you getting better? Are you taking on, new possibilities, starting a business, buying gold and silver, whatever it is? You make the best use of this time, because you could come out of this stronger, better, smarter, or you could come out of this weaker and worse.
So one good idea then is for me to sell my cash flow game on the black market for triple the price.
People are.